Hello guys, Phil Bailey again with another vlog from the Artist Mind. We're going to be talking today about the importance of competition in your class at college, and the importance of competition with your portfolio. Why is it important? Why should you actually spend any time thinking about this topic? And how is that going to help you be successful? Is it a waste of time to spend so much time, to really stand out? We're going to talk about all those things today. And before we do, we're going to give a special shout out to my sponsors at Chrometa of Modern Masterpiece. Brett, thank you very much for continuing to support Modern Masterpiece. For those of you who don't know about Chrometa, Chrometa is an automatic time tracking software. I'm currently running it right now on my system, and basically what it does is Chrometa will track the time that you spend in Photoshop. It'll track the time that you spend away from your computer if you set it to do so, and it's going to basically give you a graphical representation of where you're spending your time so you can make better decisions in the near future about the way that you spend your time. So whether it be the time that you spend doing online education versus time you spend freelancing versus the time that you spend actually working a 9 to 5 versus the time that you spend sleeping, the time that you spend having a drink. I mean, you can literally see everything on a graphical scale. They have very reasonable prices. You can get a free 14-day trial if you go to www.chrometa.com. Definitely check them out if you guys haven't already. Um, so let's dive right into the topic. And please excuse my camera. It often does this follow my face thing, but sometimes it can get a bit annoying. But sometimes I like it to move in and out. It kind of makes me feel like I've got people kind of on my set working with me, but I don't currently. So anyway, I was in class today, and well, not technically in class, but I logged onto class and I saw a student make a post. His post was very specific. It was he wanted to make a good post, and he always does make good posts. But the thing that I would like to raise to you is haterism. Are you going to hate on a student for showing their expertise, or are you going to hate on them for doing the same thing over and over again? Now, this guy, when he makes his post, he will post the name of the teacher, name of the class, name of the school, name of the spring semester, the planet he lives on, what he had for breakfast. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because, hell, I do the same thing. But instead of posting so much specific information, which he really doesn't do, I'm being sarcastic and being an asshole, but that's kind of, you gotta be that. You gotta have thicker skin being an artist. You have to have thick skin. You have to know how to take a good critique. You have to know how to give a good critique because part of being an artist is knowing why you get critiqued the way you do, and you should accept criticism because it's going to make you a stronger artist anyway.
Nicholas said, circle the up.
Oh, this guy Nicholas, my computer talks to me, excuse me. um, he posts a lot on Google+. Anyway, so, like I was saying, I'm not going to hate on this guy because that's what he does to stand out. What I do in my post is usually I'll have some kind of introductory sentence like good grammar, proper introductory sentence. Like if they ask me a question, I'm going to start off with the question, or I'm going to start off with a sentence that kind of ties that question into the topic because it shows that I not only do I know proper grammar most of the time when I want to use it, but it also shows my attention to detail and paying attention. And there's just certain things that we do as students that brands us. What I also do is those same headlines, I'll make them Modern Masterpiece Orange. Why do I do this? Who the hell cares about Modern Masterpiece Orange besides the owner of Modern Masterpiece and possibly people that follow my company? Maybe the people that follow my company don't even care about the orange. Maybe they don't like orange. Maybe orange is their worst color. But it makes me stand out because when people see that specific orange color, they will know that it was more than likely designed by me, or more than likely when they go to the discussion post, you see all these different same text, same text, same text. Then you see this orange headline, there's Phil. There's that guy, Modern Masterpiece, posting in the discussions. And then sometime in the near future, when I'm graduated and I've got my firm established, people are going to be like, Oh man, I remember that guy. He used to always put that same damn orange color in that discussion post and that title. I remember that. I remember that guy, Phil. I remember that modern masterpiece. And that's the kind of mindset that I have. That's the kind of mindset that I recommend people have, is because you want people to recognize you. Now we have things like industry on campus where you got Spring Showcase, you got, Fashion Week New York, Fashion Week LA, all these other kind of events where professionals come to our school. We have things like charrettes for architecture where we have guest architects and guest, you know, important people that will look at our portfolios. Now, if we just do the bare minimum, if we just do average, we just do what's going to get us by, they're not going to think twice about Phil Bailey Modern Masterpiece. They're just going to say, oh yeah, I remember this one kid, he had a drawing that was like this, and that was really amazing, that really stood out. But they're not going to say anything about Phil Modern Masterpiece because I didn't stand out to them. So the moral of this particular story is, competition is great. Competition is a way to keep yourself standing out from your classmates. Why do this? Why is that important? Because you want people to see you as being special. If you want to be a master of your craft, whatever it be, illustration, architecture, graphic design, photography, cinematography, music production, when people hear your music, you want people to hear music that reflects your qualities of you as a business person. I don't care if you've only just started your career in music, but think about when you put work out there. Think about, how do you want people to recognize you as a musician? Think about what kind of qualities in your music is going to brand you. Like my buddy Jim. Shout out to my buddy Jim. He is a phenomenal musician. Now, I haven't really heard a lot of musicians from Academy of Art, but I've heard a good couple of handfuls. And his music is by far some of the most unique, soulful, very, very specific to his own style. He plays the bass, he plays the keyboard, you know what I mean? Like he knows how to make his own drums for his tracks. And so when I hear music, I could just listen to it and just know, like, man, that's my boy right there. Like, that's his music. I'm a composer myself. When people hear my music, I have a certain motion or a certain kind of ethnic African kind of, hip hop modern classic style that when people hear it, they're like, man, that sounds so modern classic. It might be Phil. And again, that's what you have to do. Let me just kind of fix myself here a little bit, since I can't really edit this video necessarily at this moment. Okay, so let's bring up another topic. Okay, so we talked about a little bit about branding yourself in your discussions. My other class, LA161 or IAD161, there's yelling.
Nicholas said, circle the
Damn it, Nicholas.
after.
Well, apparently Nicholas is doing his part on Google Plus, making sure that people recognize. Well, I know Nicholas because he's on Google Plus. I've never seen this guy's work. I don't even know really who the hell he is, but he posts so much that his name is like in my head. It's like Nicholas something. Nicholas is posting something on Google Plus. So when I share things and when I click that send email button, I know that people are getting the same email. It's like, man, he's posting a lot of videos, he's posting a lot of vlogs, and that's going to hopefully help get me a few more views than if I weren't doing that. So let's talk about IAD161. So this girl, last week, she posted her drawing examples and did a pretty good job. Okay, great. As soon as she did that, I looked at it and I said, well, wait a second. Geometry is like my forte. Like, I know geometry well. I mean, like, literally, I always have my tools ready to go. Like, that's who I am. And then by the forces of Superman, I'm able to do things like save all my shavings in a box, and I can, you know, trust me, like, I know geometry pretty well. I'm not the best, geometer, what do you call that? What is it called? Geometer? Is it called a geometer? Something like that. I don't know. Who cares? She's a good she's a good example of a person who not only does she want to get the work out of the way, but she does a very good job because apparently maybe she's busy, maybe she wants to do things like work on her portfolio, maybe she wants to just be done with it, but nonetheless she does a very good job, but she always posts first. Now usually I post second. Now I don't mind posting first, I don't mind posting second, but the moral of the story here is that because she posts first and because I seen her work and it was good quality, I thought to myself, well, damn, I'm not trying to be sexist, but she's a female, I'm a male, and I feel like I'm good at geometry. I know that she's good at geometry, but there's something about competition where it's like, well, damn, if you did all of your work the first day, then I damn sure could do all of my work in the first day too. I'm going to make the time to do it. I'm going to make the time to raise competition in my class. I'm going to raise the time to make sure that my posts are just a little bit better than the next person. Why do I do that? Because because my field is very competitive, your field is very competitive, and you should spend attention to detail. You should make your posts the best they can be because you never know who's going to look at your work. Just like when I posted my links of my portfolio on Google Plus, and PHX Architects looked at my portfolio and said, wow, we need more architects like you. Like I said, I don't know if they were saying we as in PHX Architects or if they're saying we as in the industry of architecture. But regardless, they were a firm who had seen my work before I seen their work. And when I realized that their work was similar to mine,
Mark said, circle the up. My name.
I said to myself, wow, this is the power of social media. You never know who is looking at your feed just because people don't reply right away. Maybe this PHX architecture firm had been looking at my work for weeks before they actually said anything, and maybe I posted that one link that was just that much better, or maybe this much better, that they said, wow, we're going to let this guy know we need more architects like him. So again, the takeaway here is you want to encourage and bring forth competition in your discussions. You want to bring forth competition in your assignments. When I had to do that assignment about the 9-square grid and I showed my own personal style of architecture that I've been working on since I was in middle school, my dying passion, undying I should say, it's an undying obsessive drive to be excellent in what I do. I've had this drive and this fire in me since I was very young. So for me to go through college right now and to see other people who are just doing the bare minimum, I'm like, well, that's unfortunate for them because I'm going to make them possibly look this big because I'm doing everything that just represents me and who I am. I'm not necessarily doing good work because I want them to look this big and I want me to look this big, but at the same time, I can't be like accepting the fact that somebody's gonna be better than me. I know that there's people that are better than me, but fuck all that. Like, no, I'm gonna do the best that I can. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do the best that I can to make sure. How many times can I say make sure? I'm gonna do the best that I can, so that way, no matter if it's a professor looking at my work, a architect firm, or my peers, they're gonna look at my work and say, wow, this guy's work is truly amazing, and that is truly inspirational. If I do something just mediocre, if everybody else in the class does just mediocre stuff, then everybody in the class is going to go to this class with mediocre portfolios, mediocre experience, and nobody's going to grow. But if you see one person in your class and they do some really phenomenal stuff, you're like, damn, like Cody, oh, sorry, I just gave his name away, but Cody in architecture did some really phenomenal stuff last semester, and well, not last semester, last week he did a really phenomenal drawing. He always does phenomenal drawings, but the point here is he did another phenomenal drawing, and I believe that I do pretty phenomenal drawings too. But when I saw his last drawing, I said, wow. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. I don't know what the hell am I doing. I didn't know. Uh, Let me see. I'm not gonna be able to show. Maybe I'll post. Maybe I'll post photos in the discussion in the description below. But basically, like, I had to learn in a 2-hour period how to do this drawing. I spent the whole week asking questions, doing sketches and doodles to try to figure out how to make this drawing work. And then by the end of the time where I had to submit it, by the time I submitted it, it looked like I actually knew what I was talking about. It actually looked believable, and the only reason why is because I put passion behind it. I may have only spent, 4 hours out of the whole week that I had to do this work. However, those 2 to 4 hours I spent with 100% effort. I gave it my mind, body, spirit, soul, everything I can think of. I gave to that particular project. And I'm just going to close this vlog off by saying, welcome critiques. Welcome very harsh critiques. Get used to having people tell you your drawings are pieces of shit. That's a good thing, because you want your work to be a piece of shit for now, because eventually they're going to be like, whoa, whoa, that person's work is amazing. And why is it amazing? Because they spent the time to go from just shit to, oh my gosh, amazing. And you can't just be good all of your life and think that you're going to go to some new school that's like has some of the best artists in the world. Academy of Art has some of the best artists in the world. Some of these people are master students. Some of these people have been drawing all their lives. Some of these people have went to other schools like USC, Berkeley. They may have came from other schools overseas, other really good schools, and they're simply coming to Academy of Art because they know that Academy of Art is going to take them to that next level. That's why I go to Academy of Art, because I want to take my work to the next level. I already feel like in the industry I'm a great architect. I feel like I have really good technologies. I feel like I could solve a lot of world issues with my work. I feel that way right now. I'm very confident about that. Not cocky, but I'm very confident about that, because when I see other people's works, or when I have people and professors give me compliments and critiques, they say, wow, very good, very inspirational. If a professor says that your work is inspirational, best believe it's inspirational. They're not going to just tell you it is because they want you to feel good. They don't really have that kind of superficial support system, and they can't do that to you. They want you to really know what good work is when they see it. And until next time, hope you guys are giving it your all in your classes. Hope you guys are bringing forth competition, and I look forward to seeing all of our portfolios grow and to be the best that we can make it. See you guys next time, The Artist Mind. I'm Phil Bailey, signing out.